by Gasol.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
O'Neal's checked in for the Warriors. It's incredible to think that Pau Gasol last year set a career high in points in a game for as long, Clark, as he's played. He had that 46-point game in January.
Yeah, that's 46 points for Pau to go with 18 rebounds. I mean, you rarely see a player of his age putting up a career high like that.
Bryant is checked in for Curry. Joakim Noah's checked in for the Bulls. Mirotic comes in for Dunleavy. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and it's George finishing it off.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Here's Levine. Makes it off the glass. Levine's got his second bucket.
Oh, boy. Woo-hoo. Sweet move. Tough finish. What a play.
Rose attacking. Counted. His second make in 4 attempts.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Here's Levine. George with the ball. Now guarded by Mirotic. And George kicks to Bryant. 5 to shoot. Stolen by Noah. Outside Rose. Outside Gibson. To the right side. Noah with a screen for Mirotic. Pass to Noah. It's Chicago with another bucket. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Bulls?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Kept alive. Durant. George, that's a two-pointer. Here's Levine. The baseline jumper goes down. Levine's got 4 points in the quarter. For Chicago, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. And it's sent back by George. Kobe dishes to Durant. Shaq with it. Butler covering. Levine can't hit.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Rose against Kobe. Rose goes in, and he gets the bucket. Rose has got the lead up to 1 now for the Bulls.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low.
And a pretty tightly kick.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, this has been a good game here after one half. Everybody, welcome back to the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Kenny Smith. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, the three-point shooting was the key thus far. When you're knocking down those shots from the perimeter, it really spreads the floor. You demand respect from the defense. We'll see if they can keep it flowing in the second half.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Paul George really making a difference here.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3. Oh!
And that's a punch to the jaw. This game is tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game, Kevin.
But Clark, I don't know that he planned it out too far in advance. That was one of those things that just happened.
I think it was premeditated.
I really don't. I think that he's one of those guys that just plays off of instinct, and they don't mind him making those kinds of plays, even in a close game.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. And it's Durant missing.
Guys, the Bulls defense was as stout as ever last season. A big part of that is they have guys that challenge you inside and at the rim. Even off the bench, all of their bigs are mobile and protect the basket.
All right. And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Talking about the Bulls and their rim protection, they had the lowest opponent field goal percentage on shots right at the rim.
Yeah, and it helps when you compare 7-footers down low. It's not just the bigs, though. Even the perimeter players will track back and challenge at the rim. Really a total team effort.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. James checked in for George, and Dwayne Wade subbed in for Levine. Pass to Durant from deep. Rebound by the Bulls.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Gibson down low. Defended by Durant. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And, you know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA. Already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
McDermott's checked in for Chicago. E'Twaun Moore comes in. Oh!
Yeah. Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gibson. Chicago making a switch here. Portis is checked in. Outside Curry. Ball's knocked loose. McDermott kicks to Moore. Brooks the pass to McDermott. And Wade sends it back. The drive by James. That ties it up. James has got 4 points in the quarter.
Excellent vision by Durant out there. What a nice pass.
Here's Brooks. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Curry against Brooks. Curry attacking, and that one is hammered home.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Kicks it out to James. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
He could have forced a tough inside shot, but made a terrific kick out to find the open jumper instead.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. Derrick Rose was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. McDermott with it, picked up by Kobe, shot from 12. And it's sent back by Mutombo. Some changes for Golden State. Paul George comes in for James. And Levine subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Dishes to Noah. Shot clock at 6. And again, no good by Chicago. And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tying for the 6th best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. I mean, and as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent that the Warriors were for real, but it took a while for people to accept that fact. You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Biting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
Rose goes in. Noah's shot is off.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
George with the ball. Three-quarters of play in a close game here. Warriors ahead, ending the third quarter on a 12-4 run. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Paul George is out there with Shaquille O'Neal. Then there's Kobe. And it's Mutombo. And it's Levine in at the point guard position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Bulls trail by 4.